Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. When we last left off, we ended up in Ogden, and we found a load going east that we've decided to pick up. It's that loader there. We will be heading down Highway 89 and then catching the 84 down to the 80, heading east along 189/40/191 to Vernal, right there at HMS, Hendrick Motorsport. Sure, we'll go with that. But we will cover those 222 miles and get there about 9 o'clock this evening. So some night driving here. Let's go ahead and turn on our lights for safety and head on out. We'll use second gear just in case this thing is quite a big boy. And I'm pretty sure it is. We do have that second axle there to help us pivot around sharper corners, and we will definitely be using such things as those. Let's go ahead and take a nice wide arc and get down the road. So this is the other side of Ogden that we did not get to see when we came through. Come on, pivot, 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 pivot. You can do it. Tell you, probably a tight squeeze here leaving. Luckily, we've got some construction barrels on the right side, so we don't have to worry about clipping anything. But definitely a long trailer. There we go. We're out on the open road. And before we get going, I want to say thank you for the comments and the support you've shown on this series. It does mean a lot that people are watching, especially people with knowledge of the local area. Like I said in the last episode, playing these states is really cool because natives and people familiar with the local area can educate me on exactly what we are driving through and what this represents. And that was a tight-ish turn, but looks to be downtown Ogden. I don't know how big Ogden is. I was apparently way off on my St. George calculations as far as population size, but I mean, this feels, you know, it does have that down-home feel to it, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with the Utah city so far. Aside from Salt Lake City, I haven't been to Salt Lake City in the game yet, but all these other cities seem to be like really small communities, or, you know, have a better community feel than the built-up metropolis that is the capital city. Are you guys gonna go? All right, looks like our turners are going, so we can go ahead and go. And I imagine getting a load that's this big through downtown is none too easy. We'll have to definitely be wary of the side streets here and the little things off to the side, but we've got some nice trees here and a nice mixer truck. Sweet. All right, so we'll wait on this light and get going down the highway. Hopefully it'll be mostly highway miles, but that road out east looks a little perilous. I'm not going to lie. Trying to remember which state it was. It may have been Oregon, but there were some definite tight roads that we had to navigate fairly large equipment through. Now, I believe this qualifies as a, no, it's not a special delivery because we don't have a police escort, but it's definitely a larger delivery, that is for sure. We'll take this corner wider than need be. And it looks like we're making a left at the Cloverleaf, so we shall indeed do such things as those. So hope for clear weather on our way. I'm not sure. I know Utah will probably get snow, but snow isn't modeled in American Truck Sim, so we won't run into any snow or freezing rain of that nature. So hopefully no rain and a clear night as we head down the topsy-turvy path that is those highways. Thankfully, they're named, so it may be, you know, not like driving down Bob's Road. It may be wide enough for us, is what I'm saying. Ideally. All right, Ram, where are you going? Nice swooping turn lane. But we will be able to head right down pit road, get up to speed, and I don't know if we're going to be hitting like 70. We're already at a 65 limit, so that's all well and good down Highway 84. Use Sir Isaac Newton to our benefit, get downhill. And yeah, on the highway. So let's see if we can get it to 70 or even 75. And we haven't been down this stretch of road before, so all new roads here in Utah. And this thing is definitely on the struggle bus trying to get up to speed here. We still have 3 gears left in our disposal. A nice downhill section might not be too bad, but we're foot to the floor, picking up speed. We're at 55. Yeah, 20 miles an hour off the speed limit. I know I'm peeing on some wheels of progress here. We'll go ahead and set the cruise for 75 and let the truck do the work. Past the county line there, looks like a nice little substation, power station here. And going through these canyons and gorges, very picturesque, and I'm pretty sure when the sun sets here in a few hours' time, we'll be treated to some very interesting looking landscape. But 3 hours and 55 minutes to get there. It's still showing a 9 o'clock arrival time. We'll see if we can drop that a bit. Hello, train. And I don't think, for balance issues, that the guys at SCS will make longer trains. But that'd be more realistic. But it might skew some delivery times, that is for sure, having to wait for a monstrous train. All right, we are coming up to Cheyenne and Salt Lake. All right, nice. Driver Maya, bringing in that $7,100. I did also get a message on my last video that even though we can see where our drivers are on the map, they are not visible out on the open road. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I know it's something that SCS will probably try to want to do eventually, but it would just add that little extra flair, knowing that your drivers are out there. Okay, we'll go over 2 lanes and down to 70, you say. Then we can do 70. Oh, geez. We're like boxed in here. Excuse me, coming through. Dip, diving, ducking, and dodging. Yeah, not taking the rest area. I tell you, we're flying through. This reminds me of my cannonball run that I did from Northwest California to Southeast Arizona.
And then exit right.
Oh, crap, we got an exit. All right, bus, where are you going? Oh, of course you're going to Heber City.
Exit right.
All right, so I don't think he's going straight, so we will have to follow this
Turn
bus. Please be a yield sign. Oh, we also have a stoplight. Okay, I see.
And then
I was going to say,
right.
if we were a yield sign, we could just keep on rolling, but now I have to wait for tank bus butt. Yeah, this doesn't seem conducive to be stopped at the top. There's enough room there, but, you know, ideally this would be like a yield, but we are crossing traffic, so I could see why that's not the case. If we were playing City Skylines, I'm sure that this little drop-off area, or this little exit, would not be flowing too awful well. All right, so we're gonna have to watch our left side here. We're almost scraping. Let's take this as straight as we can. Get out of the lane just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that is a funky way to get on the highway. They should have just done cloverleaf style and let us merge, but, you know, this road may have been built a long time ago and there was no need for those sort of things. Yeah, slow down, it's the law. I'd like to speed up to get up to the law. Excuse me, bus. If you can't put the hammer down, son, then you can just get out of our way. Oh, and we're going downhill. Outstanding. We could use some downhill. And this is the Jordanelle State Park. Okay. Come on, Sir Isaac Newton. I could just imagine coming up the other way with this thing. That would not be fun. And a 65 mile an hour speed limit, so we'll go ahead and get to top gear here. Set the cruise for 65. And let the engine brake or the gear retarder do the work. Nice hot air balloon. It's a nice night for it. 55, huh? So we've got some sharp curves here. No worries, but man, take a look at this. This looks really cool, very mountainous. You can sort of tell that we're getting close to the fault line that formed the Colorado Rockies, that is for sure. 40. Oh, we're entering town. Or a town. It's not on the map.
Go straight on.
Not sure which town this is, but it's right along the highway. We have Duchesne straight ahead, Vernal straight ahead, and Provo to the right. We'll be going straight, of course. And we're probably going to upset someone who's wanting to turn right up here. Oh, there we go. Come on, let's make the light. And are we going down to one lane? It does look like we are going to one lane, so I'll scoot over while the scooting's good. The port of entry. All right, starting to pick up some speed, 50 miles an hour. We don't need fuel, and I'm not going to rest. We'll drive straight through and then hope for a sleeping point when we get to our destination. It's at the end of the... Where? Where is this way station? Okay. I see ya. As if we didn't have to stop enough. We have another way station up here. Wait, we can't. We better not get fined for that. Hello, cows. I couldn't stop. Did you want me to U-turn in the middle of the road? Okay, I'm gonna have to look and see, just in case I'm going crazy. Was there even a way station that we passed on the right-hand side? No. So we would have had to U-turn in front of traffic and then U-turn again. I'm gonna take my $700 because I am not putting my truck and my cargo in a position where we're U-turning in the middle of a highway to make a way station. Not going to happen. And SCS, if you happen to watch, maybe that's maybe some code that you can do, because I know there are split way stations on, you know, eastbound and westbound, that sort of thing. But when there's only one way station on the edge of the road, I didn't think they made you stop in other states. So maybe it was a copy paste from another state, and the code just sort of kept, if that makes sense. So it thought there was a way station on the right, but really wasn't. Something to look into, but I demand my $700 back. He says the guy who has $4.2 million just sitting in the bank. All right, right lane ends. Oh, good. Good for me. Can we get up there before that truck has to merge? I think we can. Haha. Excuse me, coming through. Yeah, that was probably a D-bag move, and I'm sure we would have heard all about it from that truck driver on the radio just now. What are you doing not yielding the right of way? I'm trying to come over down there. Oh well. Down the road we go, 60 miles an hour, and the sun is starting to set 7:30 p.m. And it looks like we're arriving at 9:30 p.m. now because of all of the slowing down in the city, having to stop for lights, all that good stuff. But we are treated to an excellent sunset over there in the west. Very cool. I do like the lighting of American Truck and Euro Truck post patch. I remember when that patch came out, and it looked very, very cool. All right, I think we can go to 17th gear now. And if we don't need too much pull, we might as well just top it out and sip. All right, he's turning right. Hopefully he can get out of the way before we get up there. Move. Or, no, that's you just signaling a lane change out of the suicide lane. All right, this will set us back a bit as super log can't get up to 65 miles an hour. Move out of the way. Yeah, we're just here upsetting everybody. Good, 2 lanes. Let's drop the gear and get back up to speed here. See if we, nope, left lane's ending. So the car is gonna make the pass, but we will not be able to. I mean, we might have been able to. It's just, and I've seen highways do this. I know they exist, but highways that break out into 2 lanes and then end, pretty dangerous stuff when you are a big rig that cannot accelerate and get out of the lane quickly. We did have enough time, but then again, I don't know if I wanted to risk it. Even though we did have, you know, a fine already on this journey. But maybe we'll be okay if we can split into 2 lanes again. Ooh, a viewing area. Big old lane. Take a look at that. Yeah, we aren't resting. We're pushing through. Come on, truck. Oh, geez, locking the brakes up. What are we doing with our lives? Part of me wants to pass on a double yellow. Although it does look like the road tightens up here, so maybe it's a good thing if we didn't. We've got a low center of gravity, though. We're heavy. But I don't think we're top heavy, if that makes any sense. We're not going to be able to slow down worth a squat, but we're not going to roll it if we get to a, you know, a sharp turn. All right, passing through, what is that, the Strawberry River? Once again, one of those rivers you can just walk across. All right, we're in town, Duchesne City. So welcome to Duchesne, ladies and gentlemen. It's not on the map as a drop-off point, but we do have a Chick-fil-A or something like that, Ilona. Okay. We'll see if we can get the whole shot on these guys off the light.
Go straight on.
Oh, we're going straight. There we go. Drop a gear. Go, 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 go. Even more gears. Go. Punch it, Chewie. Yeah, this thing is not as responsive as a bobtail. That is for sure. But we did clear old stupid pipe man.
Keep right.
Oh, 30 miles an hour, okay. Historical marker. So what is historical in Duchesne? If you know, let me know. I'd like to know. It looks sort of like our Four Freedoms Monument in my local city for veterans, POWs, that sort of thing. All of the flags of the armed forces, and that's what it looked like. All of the armed forces flags were flying there, a veterans memorial. Very cool to see, for sure. Passing over the Strawberry Creek again. And hopefully the dump truck will be able to get up to speed. We only need to do 45 here. All right, up to 65, I like it. Another $1,000 from Scarlett Johansson. Good job, Scarlett Johansson, bringing in the $1,000. I think you can command a little bit more of a price tag there, Scarlett, than $1,000, but good to see you anyway. So yeah, definitely off the beaten path, this here highway. Not an interstate by any stretch of the imagination. We do get to see Utah, and with a nice sunset out there on the west, looks like we'll be turning north here. 55 miles an hour, you say, around the bend. Well, hopefully the dump truck will continue to go 60. Yes, indeed, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down. So we can follow Mr. Dump Truck. I am not mad at that. As long as he maintains the speed limit, he will have no gripes with me. And we're actually almost at the speed limit ourselves. Good thing we have a hill to climb. And 2 lanes. Let's go. Let's get up the hill. Don't tell me this lane's ending already. Come on. Get up the hill. Come on. I don't think we're going to do it. Come on. Nope. See, the little things like that are deceiving. Up 55 miles an hour. Okay, let's back her down to 55 here. Which we're following a bit too close, I would say. I can't see what this stoplight is doing. Yeah, we want to get around him. Pelican Lake. How cool is that? Oh, yes, go to Pelican Lake. Those birds need some concrete. Yes, get out of my way. All right, sweet. Now if we can catch this light while we're rolling, all the better. Man, this feels like Harold and Kumar. There's like no one around, and we're waiting for the light. Oh, well, beggars can't be choosers. Let's get on it. So we're already an hour later than when we started this journey. Said we were going to be there at 9 o'clock p.m. We're actually going to roll in at 10 o'clock. It's 9:30 already, but only a half hour away from our destination. And exciting episode so far with all of the changes. This is the Utah River. It didn't look like Utah River. Yeah, that's a river. Awesome. Tell you, the running joke of this series is going to be what exactly is a river. All right, I think we can turn on our brights here. We will light the way, ladies and gentlemen. Vernal and Pelican Lake, passing Pelican Lake, which I don't believe is on our map. We might have to pay Pelican Lake a visit. Looks like the vehicles behind us also decided to go to Pelican Lake. So we have the road to ourselves and another $2,800 from Mimi. Oh, she's leveled up. So I will check that in between episodes. I like to get my drivers 3 ticks of long distance and then all of their special placards, and then work on high value, then go over to fragile, then just in time, and leave the fuel for last, because their fuel costs ain't bad. All right, Vernal, 4 out of 10 cities seen, down to 35 miles an hour here in the city limits, and a very small looking town of Vernal. And I think this is about as east as we go, so maybe in the next episode we can head south a bit. Nice church or religious establishment. Got some strip mall, some shopping to do. This wouldn't be a bad place to spend the night, it doesn't feel. It reminds me of, you know, just sort of being on a road trip. And when you come across an interesting city at night, going, YOLO, let's do it, yes, through Vernal Avenue. Power clogging studio. What is a power clog? Oh, that's cool. The Heritage Museum. So a strong military appreciation out here, it seems. That statue kind of looks like the infantry statue in Fort Benning. The Follow Me statue. There was also one in Fort Lewis that looked very similar. But once we do get to Georgia, whenever American Truck moves its way over there, it'd be interested to see if Augusta or Columbus were represented, because I'd like to sort of see a military town, especially one that I've looked at. Now, I didn't get to take a good look at Columbus because coming into Fort Benning, we didn't get to see the sights. But spending time in Fort Gordon and Augusta, I did get to go to Augusta Mall. It'd be kind of cool to see that city. I don't really remember much about it. I was a wide-eyed trainee who was just happy to be out and about in the world again. All right, so we're heading into Hendrick Motorsports here.
Turn left.
With the heavy equipment. And then they should give us a pretty straight shot to pull into. Just keeping our eyes open here. Where are we? All right, straight ahead. So we park at the gate. Sweet. So we just come in and say it's your problem now. It's probably heavy machinery services or something like that. But I like HMS's Hendrick Motorsports. Sweet, so pulling in right after 10 o'clock in the evening time. There we go. Park it, drop the leg, and let's see what happened this journey. We have 222 miles, 5 hours, 24 minutes, 65 gallons of fuel. We made $18,000 and 2.5 more little ticks of experience points. Outstanding. So what kind of jobs do we have coming out of Vernal? So we have back to Ogden, then to Salt Lake City. So that might not be a bad load to go to Salt Lake City. There are a couple special transports that head to Salt Lake City through another winding and lonesome road. We might see Provo on our way to Salt Lake, and that's so far out of the way of Salt Lake, I don't even know if we would get credit for it. But I will go ahead and find a rest stop, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and fill up, get my hours reset, and be right back with you for the next episode. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next American Truck Simulator video. Take care.